Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Wonderful Wubulous Project Zomboid. Actually, episode 95. Episode 95 of just the RC3, quote-unquote. It's not really RC3, obviously, but that's what I titled it originally. Playthrough. 95 episodes. That's ridiculous. That is 90, well, you know, it's 95 days of me playing this game outside of recording the Mundoids, which, you know, replace one day a week of your regularly Zomboid scheduled programming. That's nuts. That's so many, and we're doing well. Now, of course, that does incorporate a number of different runs, trying to make sure everything still goes smoothly and the like. But that's still crazy, man. That's crazy to think about, and that's a lot of fun. So I'm glad that I've survived this long. We are going to immediately start up by kicking up a couple of things. Again, one of the things I enjoy doing is listening to your feedback quite greatly, because you guys actually give me a lot of really solid tips of stuff that I should do or need to do, and it's great that even 95 episodes in, I'm still learning stuff. So we are going to be actually sawing up some logs and making some, I forget what they're called, but we're going to be making, like, poles? Maybe that's what they're called? We'll take a look. We're going to put them in the cracks, it looks like, of these walls, just to kind of give them a better kind of more organized look. Now, I don't know how many nails I'm going to need, so I'm going to grab 3, and we're going to hit build and just take a look. Pillars. So it looks like I need 4 nails per pillar here. Now, the question is, do I actually need 4, or do I only need 3? I'm going to grab 7 total, and see if I actually need 4, or if it'll let me get away with 3. But we'll see. These pillars should, I guess, make the thing look nicer. We're going to put a pillar here. And it looks like I don't actually need it, so that's good. I can put another one here. Here. Like, I don't know if I can actually hit that over there. So we'll put a pillar there just to clog that up, but I don't know if I can actually kind of slip a pillar in over on this corner because of just the way it kind of, like, just lack of fitting. Like, just because I can't rotate the screen all that well. Which is fine. I ain't going to complain about that all that much. I might be able to do it. We'll do one here. I maybe might be able to do do it by sneaking in here and doing it from the inside. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, and it's not using any nails, so that's really weird. It says I need 4 nails, but it's not using any nails. In fact, it hasn't used any planks either. Let's build another pillar just in case. I want to see if it actually is not working properly. Let's slap a pillar on down here. See if that works. If we use up any planks, because that could be a bug. We could just have discovered a bug. It seems as though it's not using any. So that's noted. What we're gonna do then is build some floors here. We could potentially be building some floors up here. Though we can't actually take out any wall, so never mind. That's something we need to do is eventually take out the wall, but for right now it's just not working as intended, presumably, which is fine. It is what it is. We'll continue building our wooden path out to the street here. I do want to make sure I can keep things relatively symmetrical, or at least complete, or whatever you want to call it. We'll do that one. And we're out. Did we just use all the logs? We did, and almost all the nails as well. Getting there. So, well, we clogged up one. I don't really know what the point is. I don't know what that's going to end up doing. I don't think I'm going to wait until we hit a next level in carpentry before doing it. What I am going to do is I think I'm going to do light-footed. I was thinking about saving it for blade. I could throw it in blunt, which would definitely help a little bit. But I think overall it'll be better in light-footed, which means I can run a little bit quieter. I don't know what nimble does. And sprinting might be good too. You know what? I'm going to hold up. I'm not going to use it yet. I am not convinced at all that any of this is going to be at all useful. What we're going to do now is it's construction day today. We did a little bit of looting the past couple of days, or at least yesterday. And we need to start building our big wall up against the fence. Now, Of course, the way the game is in its current version, there is a bug where if I build a wall straight up against a fence, the enemy can hop the fence no problem, and we won't have any issue. We will have issues as far as they're actually doing barricading. So we need to build one away from the fence itself, which isn't a big deal. It'll give us space to walk on the perimeter as well, and if we do get a large collection of zombies on the perimeter, we can pretty much deal with them pretty simply. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. We're going to grab a bunch of nails here. And we're just going to start building our perimeter. It's going to be a little bit slow going, but we'll be alright. Eventually we'll get everything we want done. Let's pop up with a fence here. Now why can't I build anything there? That's weird. Is it because the pillar's there? It must be because the pillar's there, actually. So the pillar prevents me from building, so we're going to have to start building one away. That means we're going to have a kind of a blank spot here, which is kind of a pain in the ass, actually. That's pain. I don't know if I like that very much, and by I don't know if I like that, I mean I don't like it at all. It's actually a pain in the ass. Now, somebody actually did point out, Mathis, with you actually building all these fences, and they're not exactly the best fence you could build, can't zombies just break it down and still potentially sneak through? The answer, my friend, whoever it was that said that, is yes. Yes, they still very much can. It's a risk I'm kind of willing to run with right now. I did take the precaution, of course, to level up my carpentry to the point where the walls aren't complete garbage. But I am running the risk of potentially having zombies crash my shit, essentially, by not waiting for the best walls. But the problem is, I would have to go through an incredible amount of supplies to ensure that I get the best walls possible before I could get the best walls possible. So the reason I'm sticking with the second level wall is because they're still going to provide a much better defense than a first level wall. And on top of it, I won't be burning through supplies, time, and exhaustion doing it. Now, when I say supplies, there's a couple of things I mean when I talk about that. So if I was to say, for example, do a bunch of construction and waited until I had the best possible walls before actually building any actual defense, I would be burning through every single log that I chop down, and turning it into planks, and then using those planks and turning it into other objects. It's a lot of wasted wood. Now, you could argue that, Mathis, there's so many friggin' trees in the goddamn game, it doesn't even matter. Why is that something you're worrying about? And you're right, that is something that wouldn't be a big deal. Other things I would be burning through. Nails. I'd be using a ton of nails just upping my skill. I already used a lot of nails upping my skill as it is, so I would end up using a lot of nails in the process. They're not, I just saw them. And that would be a huge waste because nails are, granted they're not exactly rare, they are definitely a bit more difficult to come by than wood. And I can already hear you guys saying, well, Mathis, you can just build, sturdy sticks. It gives you a decent amount of experience, and you could just use the logs that way. Granted, it would take more time, but it would not necessarily, it would actually save you as far as resources go in nails. And I would say, you know what, you're right. But there's a third resource, a more important one. Actually, I would say there's two more important resources. And now it's raining, so we're going to stop our construction, unfortunately. That I'd end up wasting in the process. One is time. I would be wasting a lot of time, meaning zombies could come and go, kind of as they might come and go, rather, as they please. More importantly, as time passes, I would be wasting a ton of food. I would be eating all the while, drinking all the while, going through my perishables and non-perishables as I was just leveling up my construction skill. And that is the biggest resource that I wouldn't be able to waste. And all of this just to up my construction. So instead of wasting all of my food leveling up, I figure why not just get to level 2 and build a defense with that and get naturally better as that goes on. Now, of course, if you think about it, if you were to be in the similar situation, no matter how good your skill was, would you really want to wait until you were like, you know what, I'm going to teach myself all the ins and outs in the zen of constructing walls? No, you would want to get as much defense up as you can. Maybe you would practice a little bit and seeing what works and what doesn't, but overall, you wouldn't necessarily want to wait too much. Now, we are cold. That's a bit different. It's a bit nippy. So that's kind of a problem. We want to make sure that goes away as soon as possible. We're gonna eat these chips for breakfast. But yeah, that's something you would, you yourself would kind of take into account, would you not? You would want to get defense up as soon as you could. And that's kind of what I'm going with. That's kind of the idea I'm running with. Outside of wasting food supplies, I'm also wasting time, and my safety's at risk the longer I wait. So that's just the idea that I'm kind of running with, and I think it's a good one. I like it a lot, and I think it works really well. We're gonna grab that one plank, by the way. Fuck. I mean, I guess the construction would eventually attract them, right? Alright, we gotta get rid of this thing. We might as well get some construction out of it, so. How much have we attracted? Holy shit. Welp. That's a precarious situation. Construction has attracted a ton of zombies. A ton of zombies. Whoa, relax, dude. You saw him coming from like a mile away. Why are you freaking out now? Took him out. One shot, one kill, baby. We're going to call this episode here, and we'll figure out what to do when we load up next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you then.